7 minutes past the hour of 8. I am Kadakuru Batabo. This is Morning Crossfire on 92.3 Nigeria Info. And it's time for us to look at something that has been trending since was it Tuesday? Was it Wednesday? I cannot remember, but I know this week. And I have an interesting guest in the studio who will help me pilot this conversation as we push the conversation for development. Once again, welcome. We're live on Facebook, Nigeria Info PH. We're live on YouTube, Nigeria Info PH, and we're active on X, Nigeria Info PH. And of course, the WhatsApp number for WhatsApp messages 0809-030-6416. I'll reel out the phone numbers shortly, but first, let me introduce what we will talk about and then my guest. Now, the APC in Rivers State, I think on Wednesday, demanded accountability from Governor Fubara for the sum of over 144 billion naira received from the Federation account between June and November 2023. The caretaker committee chairman of APC in the state, Tony Okocha, made the demand during a visit to the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Martin Amewule. Mr. Okocha accused the governor of misappropriating state funds.
A whooping sum of 144,291,667,781 have been received from federal commission on that part. We regret that these humongous amounts have not translated to action in any way in terms of development in the state. What we see are heavily funded street processions and media presences in support for necessary political improvement.
All right, I have with me in the studio a special advisor to the Rivers State Governor. He was the chief of staff to the Ikwe local government. I'm talking about Darlington Orji. Darlington Orji, welcome on the show.
Good morning. Thanks, Rivers people, for having me.
All right. So you just listened to that statement made by Tony Okocha, who is the caretaker chairman of the APC, asking for the governor of Rivers State to be accountable with the allocation that is coming to the state. That's the first part of our conversation. I'd like to get your take on that as the special advisor to the governor. I mean, we don't know what exactly you're advising the governor on, but let's start with this one.
Thank you for the privilege of coming to speak on some of the rising issues, as I may refer them to. And for me, there is nothing wrong in criticizing a system or a government. But the worry is when the intent is not genuine and is not in the positive direction, on when it's built on hatred and to deceive the unsuspected public. That's where my worry is. Otherwise, criticism is part of a system is part of a process to make a system very strong. Now, for Tony Okocha to use the word, and that's my worry, misappropriation. It means that he needs to study further to understand the underlying thought in the word misappropriation. If you say you have not seen what the governor of Rivers State is doing with the fund that is being accrued to Rivers State government, and I will open his eyes on a few issues so that he will understand that the fund of Rivers State is being judiciously used, even though that those of us who are in this political path understands the trading stock of Mr. Tony Okocha. So, but my part of my duty here is not to attack an individual, is to talk on the issues that are being raised. Otherwise, Tony Okocha is not different from what we know him for, but in clearing the doubt in case he does not understand, Tony Okocha should take a walk to the 10-kilometer road that is being constructed by this government in Bori Road as we speak now. The fund didn't come from heaven. He should also take a walk to the Alessa, Orji Alessa Road. You understand? Where also bridges have been constructed, if you understand the way that road is like before. And there is a Port Harcourt ring road. Of course, the almighty Port Harcourt ring road that is traversing through about 6 to 7 local governments that is on. This is a government that did not stay up to 1 month or thereabout and awarded that contract, and there is a stipulated amount that is going out of the coffers of the government every month on that project. Could it be that His Excellency Sir Semelalaye Fubara is manufacturing these monies from his pocket, or could it be that it's actually the allocations that are being accrued into our program? People, why criticizing? I believe in one of my professors who supervised me during my PhD program, Professor Zeblen Obibi, who will say that he cannot criticize the government or a system by saying the government did nothing. Of course, he should appreciate the one the government has done and what the government is ready to offer. And of course, you know that if this governor was the type that is committed to the development of Rivers State, we would have been talking about distraction. This is the most abused governor in the history of Rivers State. This is the most distracted governor in the history of Rivers State. But he said he owes his people a duty, not to explain. He knows that there are problems, so he came here to resolve those problems. And again, when he entered as the governor, there were backlogs. Every day you hear on radio, I don't know, every day you hear on radio where civil servants, those that are supposed to be paid their gratuities and pensions, we are shouting in all your sister stations every day about their arrears, about their payment. You will agree with me today that those shouting or those statements are no longer existing. Why? A government, a traditional civil servant who understands the pain of his people, has come in and know that these people have a right to live, and that they worked, they have offered their service at their time, and they deserve the gratuity, which is their right, not a favor that you are doing them. That's one. Two, of course, you also saw that the governor during the festive period appreciated all workers, including the lowest, if there is any person that can be referred to, the lowest in the civil service system was given a sum of 100,000 naira. Okay. My brother, it has never happened before. That was why on the day of his victory in Supreme Court, there was an emergency party held as the Port Harcourt Secretariat. Okay. The reason is to celebrate that a man that understands the pain of the people is actually here. So all these things are money. Don't forget that in the last 8 years or thereabout, no civil servant was promoted, no civil servant was, in fact, everybody was stagnant. And as a politician, part of your prayers is to get to the echelon. What is the echelon in political appointment and elective position? If you get to the president, you have gotten to the highest, which means the point I'm trying to describe is that every politician has a mindset to grow from one stage to another. If that is correct, why cease and stagnant civil servants to a particular station? Said he came here and promoted them, people that are in level 8 to level 12, because they are due and their arrears were paid. Where did they get that money from? Okay, that is why I said, why criticizing a government? You should come from the constructive part and not because you want to satisfy a paymaster.
Let me come in now. Thank you very much. I like how you have mentioned that we should not focus on personalities but focus on the issues, and that's what we will try to do. However, when you said that it's not happened before, talking about giving Christmas bonuses, I mean, I want to go back to...
No, I didn't say that. Let me correct you.
Okay.
The last time we saw that during the time of Odele,
I was going to say that
when he gave 20,000, my mother benefited as a civil servant, and that is why tomorrow he dare not talk about Governor Odele where she is. That is how much civil servants can appreciate whomever that gives them 1 kobo, because they know what they pass through to raise their children out of that peanuts that they are being paid. And you can imagine when a man in this hardship period now gave a, I don't want to use words, to look down on any person, but let me say the lowest worker in the structural payment of civil servants, and the person was, maybe the person is earning even 20,000 for instance, or 30,000 for instance, and he gave the person additional 100,000. The prayer will never cease. Okay, and no wonder the Rivers people are happy and still celebrating.
Let's tackle another issue based on a statement you made. You mentioned the ring road as part of the projects that the government is pending allocation on. But correct me if I'm wrong. I used to think that a loan was taken, for the ring road project. Correct me. I do not know. What's the reality?
No, I'm coming. Assuming without conceding that a loan was taken, you called it a loan. it means that there will be a repayment plan.
True.
If loan is taken.
True.
And the plan, if you now take a repayment plan, it means that as you get money from a source, you spend some through this other means or the other one. It's the same thing, whether there is a loan or not. But I'm not clear on that.
Okay.
The major thing is that even if government goes to take loan, that money belongs to the state government. I don't know whether you understand.
Yeah.
It should be judiciously used as it is right now. And we are saying that there is an agreement between Rivers State government and Julius Berger, which is carrying out that project, that every month so amount of money will be extracted from Rivers State coffers, and those monies are going. Where are they coming from? Or could it be that we are not also seeing the road project that is on, even at your front here, there is a construction going on. So when people, that's my worry. I'm not against criticizing a government so that the government could do better. But when it is your stock in trade, always abusing, especially when you want to satisfy an interest. And that's why, even as much as I don't want to talk on persons,
let's not talk on persons.
But I will remind you, everybody in this political environment has a trademark. You understand?
Yeah.
When you talk about accountability, we'll start by you.
Okay, now
I'm coming. You must allow me make this point.
Okay.
You must allow me make this point.
Okay.
When you start accountability, you must start by you, because you two have occupied a public office. Remember, the former governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Chief Barrister E.M. Wike, accused Tony Okocha of stealing computers as a former committee chairman.
Yet again, Mr. Orji, we're not focused on
it wasn't my word.
Yes, but we're not focused on personal. Let's focus on the issue of accountability.
No, we're talking about accountability. So I want to refer to him he was accused of stealing computer sets in Obiakpo local government. So he needs to clear himself on that.
No, let's not do allegations and accusations on the show.
I'm not doing I'm quoting somebody, and I've told you who said it.
Well, let's go back to the issue now, accountability. Do you think, just maybe, if the government, the Rivers State government, which you work for now, carried the people along in terms of, this is a monthly balance sheet on how we spent the money, just maybe all of these unnecessary criticism, like you've tried to explain, would not emerge. Do you think so?
If you allow me, I will tell you. The problem we have is that Nigerians forget so soon.
Okay.
Not Nigerians, let me not say. There are people that are built on always deceiving the unsuspected public. Is their trademark. And I can line up activities, especially tracing to this young man, but I don't know how to avoid it when you say I should avoid it.
Let's focus on the issue.
I'm talking about what he's known for. But let me allow that. Now, this government is less than 9 months. If you do your calculation very well.
Yeah.
Or let me say 10 months.
We are about going to a year.
We are about going to a year. And you are talking about, presenting the income and expenditure of the government. Yes, a government can decide to do so. But my brother, we shouldn't forget in a hurry. We just had an administration that passed on yesterday. I was always in this station. I have always had problem when it comes, as a publicity secretary of PDP, I have always had problem when it comes to defending the issue. Have you cited the budget of Rivers State before? I've always had that problem. And as a media guru, that has always been a problem. Now you are talking about accountability. The governor should come and say this. The governor should come and say that. My brother, the governor has not gotten up to his 1 year in office. When he gets to 1 year in office, I believe that activities will be lined up. This may be part of it. It depends on the party wants to go.
I agree.
The governor has been transparent. The governor he's dealing is in the public domain.
Now, I agree with the fact that he has the right to determine the path, or the structure he wants his government to take. However, once again, because the past administration did it, does not mean he should. Or are you saying he should?
No, I'm just saying, some people, let me say, the same people who are also criticizing a government that is not up to 1 year. We are here 8 years ago. They were even here 16 years ago. What did they do? You see, that God gave us a God-fearing governor. It's not a room for any person to wake up any morning and cast aspersion on the person, because he has chosen the line of peace, which all of us are in support. You understand? But you should allow him space. You should allow the governor space. I've told you here, excuse me. I've also told you here yesterday was an housing unit that is going on in Mbodo Alo in Ikwere local government. Could it be that people are not also seeing it in partnership with the TAF? Could it be that people are not seeing it? You see, there are people who are deliberately blind when it comes to a government they don't like. Let me give you an instance. Last time here, when the former governor was here and constructed the roads and bridges he did, a well-known politician came to say that the governor have not done anything, any. Even when he uses airport road to his house, he said he has not done anything. So there are people who are completely blind politically. No matter what you do, they will see.
Can I just ask
these people that are criticizing, especially Tony Okocha, is known on that part.
Okay, can I just ask you a question before we go for our first commercial break? My question is, as a special advisor to the governor, His Excellency Simnalai Fubara, what would your advice be? Should he make it public how he spends the allocation? Because now there is this allegation that he has misappropriated funds. Do you think, just so the people are carried along, and like you said, you found it very difficult as publicity secretary of the PDP then to explain to the public if the budget during Wike's administration was ever made public? So now, what will your advice be?
What I will advise is that I've told you here that if that criticism is coming from a reputable personality that is not known for this character, then we will take it serious.
Let's leave
No,
personalities.
I'm coming. I'm trying to build a foundation.
Okay.
Now, it depends on the angle it's coming from. One, has the governor flouted the letters in the constitution? Is there any place the constitution guarantees him or permits him that he must do XYZ every month or every quarter or every a year? Now, if there is none, then it is at his discretion to either choose that path or not. Not because somebody is compelling him to. I have told you, go and cross-check your records. This governor is one of the best things that has happened to Rivers people.
Okay.
And time will prove him right. And posterity will judge him for the betterment that he's doing. But as somebody will come to compel him to, forgetting just a few days ago, and you are compelling him to today, it is not compulsory. But if it was a constitutional breach, then we would have been talking about it.
Okay.
He has not, disappointed Rivers people. He has not failed on anything.
All right, we've got a commercial break, so I would have to stop it. When we come back, we'll look at other issues. Please just stay with me. And you're still listening to the Morning Crossfire on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Very shortly, we'll open the phone lines. And for those of you just joining, you're welcome. I am Kala Dakorubatabo, and with me in the studio is the special advisor to the River State Governor, Darlington Orji. It's good to have you on the show.
Always my pleasure.
All right, so before the commercial break, we were talking about a statement credited to Tony Okocha where he alleged that there's been misappropriation of funds here in the state, and he said that the governor, His Excellency Siminalayi Fubara, should account for the allocation to the state from June to November 2023. But that's not the only thing he said. He made other statements, and I'm just going to read quickly so we can get the gist. He also criticized or alleged that the governor has been governing the state without a budget. He said the action of the governor is a clear violation of the law. He recommended that the upcoming local government elections be conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission and not the River State Independent Electoral Commission. So before we would look at these two issues separately, and I would like to start with the budget. Now, there is the court order that says the governor should submit the budget to the Martin Amaewule-led assembly. Now, there is the commotion in the state because, the budget had already been submitted to an assembly at the time led by now Chief of Staff Edison Ehie. As special advisor, what's your advice to the governor on this issue? Because so many people have talked on this, made contributions, and now, Tony Okocha is saying it should be submitted because it's a crime to run a state without a budget.
You see, it still boils down to understanding of the workability of government. But I know Tony Okocha was a former chief of staff who understands that no governor will present a budget when at the time the assembly was not properly constituted, and no governor can assent to a budget that was not passed by assembly. Let me say this, and I know it's in the public view, that as at the time the budget was presented under the leadership of Edison Ehie as the Speaker of River State House of Assembly, then Edison Ehie was confirmed as the Speaker by a court of competent jurisdiction, which now mandated the governor to have the constitutional right to present such budget before Edison Ehie. And that was done. The budget was scrutinized and passed, and the governor has assented to. It is already a law. Now, if there is another judgment, which I've heard, that there is a judgment compelling the governor to go and represent the budget, there is also a judgment barring the governor from representing that budget. I'm coming. Okay. I'm coming. But as a person, the governor has stated, if you listen to him on his Christmas broadcast, the governor has said there is nothing that is too much for peace in this state. Meaning, in fact, in his word, he said, I will implement all the letters that were in that peace pact. And if the governor, who is my principal, have said so, I know that he has more reasonings. I know that he sees more. I know that what he knows, I don't know. And he's the man that is saddled with the responsibility of defending and expending the resources of Rivers people. Okay. So if he so wish that, look, I am going to represent, I've considered all factors, and I'm going to represent this budget, I will join him to do that. So he has not committed any crime. Again, assuming the budget has not even been presented, assuming without that the budget has not been presented before now, the Constitution also guarantees him a specific period of time that he can expend the resources, depending on when the budget will be presented and approved. So where is it coming from? That's why I said, when a man wants to destroy, when a man wants to criticize you from the point of enmity, from the point of blindness, there is nothing good he's going to see in your government. And taking it back to this man, every politician has a history. Go and trace back now. I'm coming. See the point I'm trying to go. Go and check Facebook. One thing that the social media has helped us to do, every year at that particular time it will pop up, or people can Google and see what we have said yesterday. We are used to politicians who are speaking from the two sides of their mouth, I used to believe that politicians will practice what they preach. But what we see now is that don't follow what I preach, just practice what I practice. And it's giving us problem. They are not leaving us with any hope. So if you understand as a former chief of staff, and you are telling Rivers people that you do not understand, that assuming that the governor has not even presented the budget, and that he does not have right within the constitution to spend the resources of Rivers people within a specific period of time, it means that you will actually the state ab initio.
Can I pause you now? And I think I need to make a quick correction. The judgment that barred the governor from resubmitting or submitting the budget to the Martin Amode-led assembly, or the House of Assembly as it is now, that matter has been dealt with, and the matter had asked the governor to, of course, submit the budget before the Martin Amode-led assembly. So you have now said that he would implement what is in that agreement, which includes submitting the budget to the Martin Amode-led assembly. So what is holding the governor? I mean, you are in that space, the government house space, so you probably would know what is holding the governor from submitting the budget.
That question would be right when the governor is acting outside the constitution. I've told you here, assuming that budget has not even been presented for once, assuming, is the governor guaranteed under the constitution to make expenses within a specific period of time?
About 6 months.
Within a specific, I'm coming. Okay. Within a specific period of time. If that is correct, then have he committed any constitutional breach? That's why I said, yes, the governor said he's going to implement everything, which I support completely. And if the governor so desire tomorrow morning, for instance, and decide to represent the budget, what's my own support? What? Because he needs that to make sure that he's still carrying out the projects that is being lined up in the constitution. My worry is when you say he has constituted or he has committed at the level of chief of staff. I'm talking about understanding a system. Okay. No, I'm not attacking a personality.
I'm listening.
I'm talking about there are offices you will occupy. There are things that are not expected of you to say. No matter who sends you, it doesn't matter, because what you additional to the public, you will be remembered for it. Has he breached the constitutional provision? And I challenge Tony Okocha to come and say the section of the constitution that the governor has breached. Otherwise, he should remain the way he is.
All right. I have one more question. Remember, we're live on Facebook. To you listening, we're live on Facebook, Nigeria Info PH. We're live on YouTube, Nigeria Info PH. We are active on X and very interactive as well, Nigeria Info PH. And I see your WhatsApp messages pouring in. Keep sending those messages, 0809-0306-416. I'm going to ask one more question, and then I'll open the phone lines. I reel out the numbers, and I'll take all of your contributions as much as I can. Now, Mr. Orji, I want to ask you this. Tony Okocha made mention of, INEC and RESEC, as it pertains to the local government elections. We've had so many stories. We've had rumors that, there is the move to extend the tenure of the local government chairman. We've had, of course, this report of the amendment of the local government act, something like that. So we've had several stories, and some, I think I remember Martin Amode, was he? I know someone, a member of the House of Assembly, accusing the governor of not wanting to hold local government elections. What's your take on that? Are we going to see the local government elections happen this year? Because the tenure, once again, of these administrators would soon expire. What is happening?
You see, the problem I have, like I will always say, is that when people are playing script, sometimes they will be contradicting themselves without knowing.
Sorry.
They will be contradicting themselves without knowing. We are not in a banana republic, like I've said. We are running government that is, predicated on a rule of laws. And the constitution is the norms. And that is what guides both A and B. Now, I have heard them talked about, maybe you forgot that one, local government autonomy.
Yeah, that's the amendment.
Local government autonomy. Yeah. If you remember last administration, last time, local government autonomy is the constitutional issue that has to be, started, passed before it will go to by National Assembly, who will, confirm it, then pass it to the state assemblies. About 2/3 of the entire country will agree to it. Remember, the last time, including Rivers State, was one of the states that joined in saying no to local government election. Martin Amehule was in that night assembly. He was there. He was the leader of the house, in fact. So he moved that Rivers State should not be part of local government autonomy. I don't know what changed this morning. That's one. Two, you cannot even change it in assembly here. They should understand that it needs the approval of the National Assembly, because once they pass it, take it around, the 23rd passes it, they will take it back to National Assembly for official approval, then proceed to the assent of the president, then it will become a law. Or are they saying that Rivers State is a country of its own where they can make law that has to do with constitution? You need to amend that section. That's one. Two, nobody can compel the governor on when and how to conduct election. Yes, everything is tenable. They have a time. Their time is still running. They were sworn in on the 18th of June or thereabout. And their time will be elapsing on either 17th or 18th of June coming. There is still more time. Why are people worried? Are they quick in sacking them from the office? Is there any law that says that if the governor does not conduct election to get a new local government chairman and executives, that the governor has breached the constitution? Is there any law that says so? There is no law that says so.
Now the law they amended, part of it, removes the power from the governor to appoint caretaker chairman. One, two. If you say it expires, the administration of the 23 local government chairman expires by 18th of June, thereabout. RESEC, which is the body in charge of conducting elections, should be preparing, like we saw INEC prepare during the general elections for the local government elections. But people are saying there is no preparation.
I expect you to allow me
to
portray my point.
All right, let's hear you then.
Yeah, I don't know whether you know Kebbi State.
Okay.
Yesterday, you understand, it's a neighboring state. Nigeria is not in isolation. Kebbi State, the local government chairman elected, their tenure just expired, I think, about last week, and they have handed over to the HFGAs, I forgot it.
LCDAs.
But, the LCAs, I don't know what they call it in that angle. But their tenure just expired, and they did that. Government is a continuum. There is no permanent thing in life. And again, for me, it's laughable when you say INEC should come and conduct a local government election. You see, this word is very sweet. When things are going your way, you want to celebrate it and call it all sorts of good names. As soon as it turns against you, you are enjoying all the privileges. Take, for instance, one of the amazing laws that were passed by this Martin-led assembly. The law that prohibited 8 months ago or 9 months ago, prohibited people from using government facilities in social function, and you must pay 5 million naira to Rivers State coffers before you do that. That law has been repealed. Could it be? And if you watch what is happening in that assembly now, it shows clearly that they are confirming that the agitations of the people, because people were also shouting at the time that the agitations of the people, that this is a witch hunt targeted at a group of people, are true. Otherwise, what's changed? That within a short period, you're almost repealing all the laws he made. It shows inconsistency. It shows an indictment to that particular government that carried out such laws. So for me, calling on INEC, it is not today we have been hearing. INEC have enormous responsibility. They are yet to battle with Nigerian people.
Are you advising?
So I do not have a problem. About preparation, my brother, it is the governor that is saddled with that responsibility to call in for the SEC to start preparation or not. No threat, no amount of propaganda or humiliation. Are they the people that are going to bring the resources? You know what it takes to conduct the election? At the appropriate time, when the governor deem it fit, he will carry it out. He has said, I will do everything. Why also set a time frame for him?
Okay.
It means that they should go and take him out of the government house and begin to rule. So for us, the governor is in the right path. Let me tell you the shocking thing. The shocking thing is that God gave us a governor that is not talking too much, but his actions are very loud. I know politicians like those that shout every time so that he can predict them. The governor is unpredictable. He is saddled with the responsibility of delivering the dividend of democracy to our people. That he is doing. As I speak to you now, there is about a 4 billion naira soft loan in partnership with Bank of Industry. that is going on for the downtrodden to assist our people. That is the target of the man who understands the pain of the people.
All right.
The only problem he has committed is that we are not still, maybe the governor have not started doing cement and mortar.
Okay,
that is the problem.
Let me pause you now. You mentioned when you started that this governor is the most attacked governor in the history of Rivers State.
Yes, you can see local government chairman can wake up one morning, abuse him,
we don't have
say
enough,
all sorts of things.
We don't have enough
Very
time.
funny.
I'm going somewhere. Yesterday, you said that people are trying to sabotage the housing, the 20,000 housing project.
Yes.
Who are those people? Do you have an idea?
Well, information is power. Of course, by the special grace of God, where that project is going on is in my own community, Mbodo.
Okay.
That's where it's going.
Okay.
And as an Alo son, Mbodo in particular, I'm aware that government, through due process, approached my community, bought that land, and the value was given to us as at that time. So no Mbodo man can go back to that place. Even though, maybe if we have any claim in any section of the land and that we believe that that area was not captured, there is a process of going. So when people are raising eyebrow to say maybe we want to go and stop work, we want to go and do it, I ask, on what grounds will you go? Are you from Bodo, first of all? Have Bodo people taking such decision? Because if they do, I will know. So, but there are rumors that are flying. People are agitating, people are doing a lot of things, but we await them. And thank God for the position of the governor yesterday. No matter how highly placed you are, if you come there to disrupt the program, even the community will resist you. We will resist you with everything available to us. You know why? Because that place is attracting a lot of development to our people and adding values to the properties around that area.
Right.
So we will not allow any politician for selfish interest to get people or come there to disrupt.
Right.
We, the community, will start it before the governor will even
All right, thank you very much. On Facebook, Evans Alabere says, where was Tony Okocha when Rivers people could not see the state budget? I think Tony has to focus on either being a caretaker party chairman or the NDDC rep. I wonder how such position was given to a caretaker chairman of a party. Otong Sunday says, good morning, Carl. When government is criticized constructively, my opinion, I think it is good. Our dear governor should not look at only projects. He should create jobs as well for Rivers people. Tammy Otto says the budget is passed every year, and officially this is the first. The later was supplemented that of the predecessor. Same is working, and so far he has not bridged and altered any developing project. I maintain Tony Okocha should hold on for a year to elapse. The clause on witch hunt and fault finding would always be at peak. I advise that the governor should maintain his stance on development ideas and not ideas and allegations. Tony C. Toby says there is nothing wrong for the governor to present accounts on allocation received to Rivers people, not because where is it now? Not because Tony Okocha said so. After all, we never saw budgets in the state for the past 8 years, but Governor Fubara made his budget public. He will continue to set the pace for his detractors to learn and follow. Secondly, please, Mr. Tony Okocha, why didn't you refute the accusation against you by Osamweke when he accused? Okay, we're skipping that. That's not a conversation. But you said, Mr. Tony Okocha, okay, another allegation. But thank you very much. Let's see, Comrade Imawuguna Friday. He says, greetings. You said Governor Sim should concentrate in his administrational plans for the people of the state, avoid every form of distraction from any angle. Inaudim endurance Obinachi says Tony Okocha and his brother Wike should allow us in the life bar to concentrate. Mbok. Thank God Abilicha Toego says the same people who kicked against local government autonomy when Wike was the governor are now calling for local government autonomy, and say those calling for Governor Sim Fubara to account for money received from federal government should wait until he finishes his 8 years. Many messages there, but I will have to take some phone calls. I've got JJ from Port Harcourt Township. JJ, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you. Yes, good morning to you.
Good morning to the great son of Mbodo Alo in the studio.
Thank you, JJ.
I want to thank you this morning, and the reason I'm thanking you is because of what your people have resolved, that whoever that is coming to disturb that iconic project, that massive project, the community will make sure that doesn't happen. That takes me to where you have the fungi farm the other time, right? You also have the banana plantation and so many others where people were instigated and they burnt down that banana plantation, remember? And today they are all regretting. And I know with you and your community, you people will never regret because that project will never stop.
All right.
And just because somebody, we have over 7 million people in River State, just because somebody stand up and say, oh, governor don't shop money, he will not come and begin render account. So that means every day we'll be rendering account to 7 million people if they decide to call at the end of the day. The same people who rejected local government autonomy, who rejected state financial autonomy last year when the president, Muhammadu Buhari, brought Order 10, and now the people that want it.
All right, JJ, thank you very much.
I tell you, for me, they should just wait and allow this governor to do what he knows how to do best, which is development.
All right, JJ, I don't have enough time.
Fubara,
all right.
What we think of is development.
All right, thank you very much. I've got good news from our 3. Good news, welcome. What is on your mind? Please tell me.
Yeah, good morning, my brother, man.
Yeah, good morning to you.
I want to greet my choir friends down to Orji.
Quickly.
I greet you, sir.
All right,
Thank
quickly.
you. Good morning.
Yes, we are not on the same page. We have not been on the same page. But this one, you are talking. Enter. We are seeing the governor. I'm a strong supporter of Amici. But to extent, don't you see the truth? That's why I'm spotted where I am. We see the truth. We follow the truth where it is. This man has come in. First surprise I got was him giving Christmas bonus for the tune of 100,000 to civil servants. I know how many persons that we are happy. Now, some persons are coming to say that they should expect for him how to conduct local government. Which of the governor was not really detected for? Was Amechi detected for? Even the small governor was he detected for? Or how to go about local government? Look at what it ought to be. Take his time. And if you ask me, there should be a caretaker like that. They should thank God by now. Fubara has not dissolved the local government.
All right, good news. All right, good news. Thank you.
They were the one that has opportunity to pass it into law, but they refused.
All right.
Now they're repelling me.
All right.
And today they're asking the governor to give account to who?
All right, good news.
Have
Good
the
news.
governor give an account to us?
Okay. Thank you
Look
very
at the project is doing in Alo.
I've got to let you go.
2,000 or 20,000 housing. Do you know how many poor people will benefit from it?
All right, I'm sorry. I've got to let you go. Ken from Ubumini, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear. Straight to the point. Yes, straight to the straight to the point, please.
Yes, Canada, on your culture, has started again. He has started again.
Ken, let's focus on the issues now, please. We don't have enough time.
That is the issue that I am trying to make out now.
Okay.
What is his problem this time around? For him to order and alleging to the governor that he is misappropriating funds, while everybody, even the blind person and the deaf, is seeing and hearing what the governor, Fubara, in River State is doing. Why did he now trying again to bring another issue while we are still talking about the ones on the ground? What did they want this governor to do, for Christ's sake?
All right.
This one should put his face on shame because he was a long-time
once again, Ken, thank you very much. Once again, we're not discussing personalities. We're looking at the issues. So let's stay with the issues. We'll go for a commercial break. When I come back, I will be asking my guest his final words. And maybe he wants to tell us any other thing we'd like to hear from him. First, there is a commercial break. So do stay tuned. We'll be right back. can go for the news updates.
Well, my final say is
world
that
news.
they should step down the witch hunt against Edison Ehe, the chief of staff of River State government. And again, summarily speaking, is that whether you like it or not, go and do and conduct. Tony Okocha do not have the moral justification to call for integrity test because he still has something, an impediment to clear. Until he clears what happens as a caretaker committee chairman in Obia, then we can take it off from there. Fubara is a good dream for Rivers people. Fubara is the right choice for Rivers people. They should give him space so that he can carry out the developmental plan that he has for Rivers State.
Do you think Edison Ehe has been witch hunted? You mentioned that.
Being
Why do you feel so?
It's witch hunt, this political setup now. Everywhere, as I talk to you now, do you know how many petitions on my head? That's what they are doing. We know them. That's their trademark. Because why? They have lost the people. When you have lost the people, you resort to intimidation and harassment. But let me tell you, no amount of intimidation that will work.
All right.
Everything here at the end of the day, we stand out and prosperity, we judge him for good.
All right, thank you very much, Darlington Orji, Special Advisor to His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State. I would have to say my goodbye now. Thank you very much for being a part of the show. Up next is the world news and then Hello Port Harcourt with Jude. Stay tuned. I am Kalada Kurubatovo.